If theory sessions suck the energy out of the room and you're just as bored as the students, this one's for you. Because I'm going to show you how to turn the theory you already teach into active, high-energy sessions using ChatGPT without spending hours planning stuff you just haven't got time for. And no, this isn't the usual plan me a lesson rubbish. I'm going to show you the actual prompt and what it produces. If theory stays dull, students switch off, behaviour drifts, and none of it sticks anyway. And if we're honest, you start dreading those lessons just as much as they do. Most of us didn't get into FE to read slides out loud or watch people half-fill workbooks. And let's be clear about what students don't want. They don't want your slides, they don't want your workbook, and they definitely don't want either of them read back to them. What they actually want is your experience. They want your stories, the mistakes you've seen, the this went wrong on site moments. The stuff that makes the theory feel real. But theory sessions usually strip all of that out. We flatten everything into bullet points, hand it out, and then wonder why the room dies. Students didn't sign up for trades or technical courses to become professional note takers. They signed up to learn how this stuff works in real life. This is where ChatGPT usually gets misused. People ask it, plan me a theory lesson, and yeah, it comes back with something neat and tidy. But in the room, it's still passive, still teacher-led, still boring. Because ChatGPT doesn't have your experience, and it never will. So instead of trying to make it teach, you use it to do the boring conversion work, so you can do the bit students actually care about. So here's the shift. Stop asking ChatGPT to plan lessons and start using it to turn theory into tasks built around trade decisions. You've already got the slides, the workbooks, the specs, the criteria, and that stuff isn't broken, but what is broken is asking students to sit and absorb it. So this is the exact prompt I use. I tell ChatGPT it's an expert vocational teacher and coach for trade and technical subjects. Its job is to help me turn a theory lesson into an active, industry-focused session. Then I lock it down. Ask me one question at a time, give me A, B, C, D choices where possible, don't give me any activities yet, and wait for my answers. Straight away, that kills the generic nonsense. Now let me show you what this looks like with a real example. Say I've got a plumbing theory session coming up, and the topic is pipe jointing and common installation faults. Normally that's a couple of slides, a workbook page, and a lot of blank faces. So I paste in the prompt. The first thing that ChatGPT asked me for is what trade and lessons for, so plumbing. Next, it asked me for the specific topic. I say pipe jointing and installation faults. Then it asks the most important question of the whole process. What do students need to be able to decide or judge on site because of this lesson? So instead of saying understand joint types, I say they need to choose the right joint, spot bad installs, and judge whether a joint is safe or needs redoing. Already this feels different. Then it asks what students usually find boring, difficult, or confusing about this topic. I tell it they mix up joint types, underestimate small mistakes, and don't see why tiny errors matter until something leaks. Next, it asks what real-world situations they expect to face. Domestic installs, tight spaces, rushed jobs, fixing someone else's bad work. Then it asks what resources I actually have in the room. Slides, photos, maybe some fittings, no workshop access. Then it asks level and confidence. So level 2, mixed confidence with theory. And next, how long the session is, 90 minutes. Only now does it move on. And this is the key bit. It doesn't spit out a worksheet. It doesn't tell me to explain more. It starts with a lesson opening built around a real job problem. Something like being called back to a property because a joint you didn't install is leaking behind a wall. Students have to decide what they think went wrong before they're given any theory. Then it gives me a set of activities, not filling in boxes. Things like students looking at photos of pipe joints and deciding which ones they'd trust on a live job and which ones they'd rip out. Students working in pairs to justify why a joint would fail over time, not just why it looks wrong. Students ranking faults by risk, not by neatness. Each activity is written so I can just run it. Short instructions, clear decisions to make, always tied back to site work. Right at the end, it gives me a short note on how the workbook can be used after the activities, not during them. So the workbook stops being the lesson and starts being reinforcement. And it finishes with a simple 3-question reflection focused on judgment, not recall. That's the difference. ChatGPT hasn't replaced me. It hasn't tried to teach plumbing. It's just taken the theory and turned it into problems worth thinking about. Which means I can spend my time doing the bits the students actually want, telling them what I've seen go wrong, why it matters, and how this plays out in real jobs. That's what active theory actually looks like. If this already feels more useful than the usual ChatGPT hype, hit like, because it helps other FE teachers actually find this instead of another AI miracle video. One last thing though, there's still a mistake that kills all the energy if you're not careful. Explaining everything first. You set up a decent task, then talk it to death. Instead, give them the problem first, let them wrestle with it for a bit, and then feed the theory in after. That pause is where learning actually happens. So here's the thing to take away. Students don't want your slides and they don't want your workbook. They want your experience applied to real situations. ChatGPT isn't the teacher, you are. It just helps you to stop wasting energy on dull prep, so theory finally feels like it's part of the job and not a break from it. If this approach makes sense, the next video you should watch is Why Explaining More Makes Lessons Worse. It shows how to step back, talk less, and still keep control. And it fits perfectly with everything you've just seen here.